I have a story to tell, but I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there before the video starts that if you're not a fan of scary stories or stressful stories, or you just don't want a not happy video, maybe this video is not for you. I have a ton of other ones you can check out, but this one may not be for you. But with that aside, here's my story. I'm going to try and do it in as few takes as possible with as few cuts as possible just to keep the story raw and how it is, but I mean sometimes I mess up. So basically it was November 9th, which was 2 days ago. It's the 11th today. It was the 9th, and we were hanging out, myself, Zach, and Isaac. So the three of us were in a different neighborhood. It's called Langley. We're in Langley. We're taking some Instagram pictures. So Zach had his camera. We're just walking around. It's probably around 9:30 at night. Just walking around, finding cool hills and lights and stuff to just snap some cool pictures because that's what we wanted to do. So we're spending our night doing that, and it was all great. And then we decided we were going to go over to this big crosswalk and take some pictures there. And so as we're walking over there, or once we get there, we're standing there, and this guy starts walking up from down the street towards us. He has his hand deep in his pocket, and he looked really suspicious and really kind of out of it. And so immediately we said something's up, and so we kind of just watched. And he walked, we're on, let's say, the right side of the street. He walked to the left side of the street where there was a couple walking their dogs. And so he walked to them, no idea what he said, but he seemed to be like harassing them and just kind of not being a good citizen. He was harassing them, whatever. So after that, he then looked over at us because we had a camera, and he thought we were filming him, which we weren't. We were taking pictures, but he decided he was going to come over, and he just started like freaking out on us. So walked over, he pulled out of his pocket a box cutter, which is like which is one of those knives in a plastic casing that you push out and it cuts boxes, and it's like an X-Acto knife. So he had that in his hand as he was talking to us, but the knife wasn't out, it was kind of in the casing. So he's like, so you guys taking pictures of me? And at this point he's clearly like substances are all in his body and stuff. He's not in a normal mind state. And so we're like, no, we're not. We were just taking pictures of ourselves for Instagram. And then he's like, okay, show me the camera. So Zach was flipping through the photos, showing him the camera. There's nothing of him. We were literally taking pictures of ourselves. And then the dude's like, okay, you're going to have to give me your card, your SD card in the camera, because I don't trust you. And then we're like, no, dude. Or Zach was like, no, dude, it's my camera. It's my card. I'm not giving it to you. The dude is like, you're going to give it to me. And he's like, no. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to buy it from you. I don't know where that came from, but he said he's going to buy it. And Zach's like, no, I need this card. You may not buy it from me. And then the guy suddenly got super hyper aggressive, and he like unsheathed his knife and like lunged and was like, give me the SD card. And then Zach jumped backwards and just booked it and started running. And then this guy started running after him with an unsheathed knife, running down the street after Zach. And I had my phone in my hand, like ready to call someone. And so immediately after that happened, I started calling 911. And so Isaac and I started running after Zach, or running after the dude running after Zach. And I had no idea what was going on. I was speechless. Isaac and I just stood there like, what's happening? Then we started chasing him. I was on the phone with 911, and it's not easy to call 911 and give all the information when you're in the middle of this scenario going on. It's not like it happened after the fact. It was occurring as I was talking to the police. And so we're running, and I'm on the phone like out of breath trying to explain what's happening. Maybe run for 15 seconds. Then Zach gets a big lead. The guy wasn't that fast. And then the guy looks and turns around at Isaac and I running after him with the police on the phone. And then he starts chasing us. And then Zach starts running. So we were going like that, and now we're going like that. And then Isaac and I are like, oh my gosh, and I'm talking to the police, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's chasing me now. And literally, it was freaky. It really was. And so as we're running up the street with the guy chasing us, I look behind. We also have a big lead. So, I mean, we had some space, but it was still a scary situation. And so the police finally, I get all the details out as we're approaching the community rec center, which we just ran through the doors. I don't know when we lost the guy, but he wasn't following us when we ran through the doors. So at some point between me looking behind myself and like the 10-15 seconds to getting to the pool, he decided he's gonna peace out and like go somewhere else. So he must have ran to try and get away because clearly the police are coming now. And there's the couple who he originally approached had also called 911. So there were a couple calls made. Police were coming. We're sitting in the rec center. They put the rec center on lockdown because the receptionist is hearing me on the phone with the police, and Isaac and I are sitting there out of breath. And now the police are super concerned, and so are we, because we're like, where did Zach go? Because Zach's not with us. It's just Isaac and I in the rec center. And so Isaac calls Zach on his phone as I'm talking to the police, and then Zach ends up saying that he's on his way back up to the rec center from where he was running. And then he ends up finding the police on the road, I guess, because they got there pretty fast. So he talks to the police. I don't know exactly what happened because I wasn't there. Then we end up meeting up with Zach, and then the police end up meeting us at the community rec center. And so now we're at the rec center with the police. We're giving our statements, and he's asking us all these questions. And they made it very clear. They were like, was this a robbery? And we're like, it wasn't a robbery. He didn't approach us to steal the camera. He approached us because he was being hyper aggressive. It was super weird. Anyways, we told the guy that, we sorted that all out, and as we're talking to him, he had like his earpiece in, the police earpiece, and you could hear someone was talking to him, and I don't know, as we're giving the statements, just lights went up everywhere, and then you could hear engines go, and there's like 3, something like that, police cruisers that just zoomed down the street past us while we're giving our statements. And then he's like, okay, I think they got him. And he was just down the street, I guess. I have no idea what he's doing. The guy's like, they either tased him or the dogs bit him. One of the two, but they definitely got him. And so the police took care of that. We finished giving our statements. And then he's like, okay, I just want you guys to chill out because we want to get formal statements because someone chased you with a knife. So we're like, okay, man. Policeman took a long time. Isaac and I both had work the next day, so Isaac and I decided we're gonna go home. Zach stayed and gave his formal statement, and that was it. Apparently the guy is in a hospital right now, or he was. I don't know where he is right now, but he was in a hospital. Who knows? I guess getting tased or a dog bite puts you in a hospital. Anyways, that was the story. I know it was really weird. It was really messed up, quite freaky. That's all I've really been able to think about for the past 2 days. Because, we were chased down the street with a knife at like 9:30 p.m. Like, it was crazy. Anyways, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for listening to my story if you stuck around. Yeah. You guys are awesome, and I felt that I should share this with you because this channel is about my life, and I just document my life. And so this is something that happened, and it was pretty out of the ordinary. So thank you all for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in another one.